Welcome to MiDNA Global's Spark, a training program that leads to life coach certification. MiDNA is known for transforming lives globally with the help of genetic brain profiling. Every human being born in this planet is a traveler, which means he has a journey to go through and experience. Interestingly and naturally, every human being is unique on its own. They are awesome as well. But unlike the other species of this planet, human beings have a high intuitive ability that helps him to create things that are needed for his consumption. Besides these unique qualities, every human being is different from the other. This makes the human beings in this planet different shades of color that makes this planet naturally wonderful. Unlike other species which do not have any goal other than survival, human beings are blessed with a destination that have to be experienced during their journey, and the destination is self-actualization for everyone, irrespective of their difference in the qualities that they are born with. However, in general, self-actualization can be achieved only by having a very balanced and progressive approach during the lifespan of the human being, namely wealth and growth, health and harmony, equally balanced and progressed. Interestingly, the life is a transition or a transformation between a life of a worm and a life of a butterfly. So it is an opportunity for every human being to choose the life of a worm and or a life of a butterfly. However, the life is continuously changing and it is rapidly changing. It is up to us to experience, to live the change that is inevitable. So the change that happens since birth till death can be experienced as a pleasant experience. I would like to call it as wow, or an unpleasant experience of suffering without knowing the reasons for it, which I would like to call it as woe. So the life changes happens where the change can be a pleasant one or an unpleasant one. So we are going through the changes with an experience that we are having a privilege and possibility to make a pleasant one. Whether it is a male or a female, the life journey of human beings have a similar pattern in this planet. We all start with survival as our goal, which are the fundamental natural aspiration or requirement of every living being in this planet. So I would like to put that as our basic desire. Now, once the survival is met, then we would like to increase our desire to achieve something beyond survival. So we use our brain to progress towards achieving something in our life. Once we achieve the required level of our goals, naturally we feel satisfied having done something big and worth in this planet. Once we are satisfied, then we start sharing or serving to the human beings around us so that they also can go through these paths and these steps with a lot of joy. When we do that, we go through two experiences, namely self-realization and self-fulfillment. So the self-realization happens when the left side of our brain experiences the joy, whereas on the right side of the brain, which are very commonly engaged by women, one needs to have a fulfillment of having done the best to the environment around us. So it is not either self-realization or fulfillment. It has to be both equally well balanced so that we achieve self-actualization, which is an ecstatic experience for every human being. Now, everyone in this planet is a traveler, so their journey shall be very awarefully taken and engaged. It should neither be treated like a race nor like a picnic, which means they are not an experience to be rushed through, or they are not an experience that can be lived without being aware of the limited, uncertain duration that the nature has blessed us with. So in this journey, direction is more important than the speed that the journey would take place. So to know the direction of our journey before accelerating and focusing on the speed at which our growth takes place, we must ensure that we are moving in the right direction. In the physical world, if we have to travel from one place to the other place using a Google Maps or a GPS is considered a smart way of traveling. So, if that is essential in a journey that lasts for a few hours or days, if we would like to have a GPS, then where is the GPS for our life that lasts for decades for every human being? So, when we set ourselves a goal and create a mental destination that we want to get to, and the mental destination can be practically achieved by knowing the design of the vehicle that we are traveling and having an uncompromised desire, which we can call it as passion, along with determination to achieve the destination in spite of all the challenges and adversities. Yes, when we travel our journey, we are all blessed with series of great opportunities, but we must keep in mind they could be disguised as challenges. So the challenges of human journey could be understood that comes from our inability to see the true landscape layout. They aren't a plain road or highway wherein we can see or have a good understanding of the layout, because the layout has lot of turns and ups and downs. It is not easy for us to use our naked eyes or our natural abilities to understand the layout of the landscape. Sometimes we might end up getting into the dead ends or junctions where we may not really know which way or direction we should take to proceed further to reach our destination. So, our experiences during such situations gives us some attitudes or ways of thinking in our thoughts about the landscape. Sometimes we could see a ray of hope of reaching the destination in the right time, the right environment. But certain bad experiences could cause doubts and self doubts, including fear, which is fantasized enemy appearing real. So, such experiences could confuse us because perceptions of the world around could often be deceptive in a nature. So, these perceptions experienced by ourselves have a major influence on what options we have available, and therefore what kind of life experiences that we could encounter. Besides these challenges, one of the biggest challenge that we could face often is that we are not able to see the true layout of the landscape. There could be some guesswork, extensions, extended extrapolations that could help us. However, they cannot be reliable 100%. So, to understand the landscape of our journey, the route map of our journey, we can neither use a stethoscope nor a telescope and not even a microscope. These gadgets cannot help us to understand the reliable layout of our journey landscape. So we need to have a reliable compass to reach our destination smartly. Interestingly, a very reliable compass is available inside our head because the vehicle that could take us to the destination obviously is the brain. So, the reliable compass in our brain can be decoded by a magical assessment called genetic brain profiling. It helps to decode one's inborn personality, interest, talents, and life choices. It is done using a simple analysis of one's fingerprint images. So, genetic brain profiling, alias GBP, is a magic wand that can help us to know our roadmap to reach our destination as early as possible. So we must make use of this opportunity to have a personalized roadmap to reach our destination. With this personalized guidance, one will be able to experience wow moments of their life journey because of the clarity that could help us to reach the destination and go through the pleasant experience of this journey. This life changing experience starts with these simple steps. One needs to collect the fingerprints of the individual, and by doing an image analysis, a data can be generated and converted into a report that can be easily understood by everyone. However, an expert called MiDNA's Smart Life Coach can convert that report into a conversation that could last between 45 minutes to 2 hours, wherein an individual can be explained about the nitty-gritties, the opportunities and the challenges, the strengths, and to be developed abilities in a detailed manner. Thereby, one will be able to decode their Ikigai, to have a life that one would dream to go through. Ikigai is a Japanese concept which is more than 100 years old, which describes every human being can understand one's life journey and go through a life that will be so pleasant for them throughout their lifetime. It consists of knowing one's passion, one's right profession, the right vocation, and the right mission of their life. What one likes to do naturally and what one is good at is called the passion, the energy to perform a task. And when the talents are brought out to achieve something in life, either for money or fame, it is called a profession. And when that life that they have gone through is connected with what the world needs from them, then it becomes a vocation. And when what the world needs and what one loves to do are converging, then it becomes a mission. However, Ikigai has been a concept in the book. Definitely, practically, it has not been possible to understand everyone's Ikigai. We at MiDNA are able to connect these parameters with the genetic brain profiling report by understanding one's interest and by having a detailed understanding of their genetic talents and by nurturing them to have the best competency of their talents and by connecting it with the personality, we are able to decode one's Ikigai as early as 2 years. By understanding these parameters, we are able to help the human beings go through a life of wow moments and wow experiences. And decoding one's Ikigai has now become simple, affordable, and instantly it can be identified. Once the Ikigai is decoded, now we can nurture the qualities of human beings to have a very balanced progress in their life. Human brain has two hemispheres. The left side of the hemisphere is connected with the work that we do in this planet. Naturally, when we do our work, we grow personally because of the use of the brain in doing a task. When we focus on the personal growth of ourselves, the required money naturally and automatically becomes available for us to take care of our existence in this planet. Similarly, the right side of the brain has the qualities to handle the living aspect of our life, including the family, both ours as well as around us. However, our experience of our living connected with the personal health and the harmony of our mind. When we take care of a harmonious experience in our minds, the health physical of our body is naturally taken care. So it is equally important to have all these six wheels very well balanced, and so that when we grow, when we progress, we have a pleasant holistic experience of our life. By living such a life, the self transformation will inevitably happen. That will lead towards the social transformation for everyone. So, we at MiDNA, a network of experts in self and social transformation, would like to invite you to have a wow journey with MiDNA Nest. The journey starts with this first level of training called Spark, leading to the certification as counselor. The level 2 of the training is called Ignite, after which you will be certified as a consultant who can take care of the counseling of the basic genetic brain profiling report. With further experience, you will be certified as mentor with the level 3 training called Rewire, which will ultimately take you to the level 4 training called Torch, after which you will be certified as MiDNA's Smart Life Coach. So, my dear friends, I would like to summarize the session by saying the purpose of life is to discover your gift. That's the brain we are all blessed with. The work of our life is to develop it to exhibit its maximum potential. The meaning of life is to give your gift away. So, we would like to invite you to explore the genetic brain profiling, engage your brain in developing it, and experience the meaning of life by social transformation that could transform lives globally. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Thank you.